Hello everybody, Benjamin Johnston here. So, after doing the Uncharted game reviews that I've done previously, I figured I would try other games this time. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with this review style, so I'm going to try continuing in that route. As I was going through my list of games to review, I figured it's time I go through the Team Ico games. For some of you that don't know, Team Ico is a development studio in Japan that have made video games that have a big focus on atmosphere and minimal storytelling, meaning they tell its story mostly through the gameplay. They have been very inspirational for many game developers like Naughty Dog and that game company that made Journey, which is probably one of the best meditative games I've ever played. Team Ico has made a total of 3 games: Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. And I'm going to review all 3 of them. I don't know the exact deadline of when they're going to come out, but I will do my best to get them out. So I'm going to start with their first game, which is appropriately named Ico. The premise of this game is that you play as this young boy named Ico, and you are imprisoned in this castle because the village people see you as an omen since you have horns on your head. While he's trying to escape this castle, he comes across this bright, white, tall girl named Yorda, who has special magical abilities, but is also very weak because her mother is sapping away the energy from her. So Ico and Yorda have to find a way to escape the castle while avoiding spirit demons and solving the many puzzles in this game. What's really good about the story in Ico is how it's presented in this game. Even though there are cutscenes in the game that punctuate big moments and you have bits of dialogue between Ico and Yorda, it's not solely reliant on it. Most of the time it's just Ico and Yorda solving the puzzles and going through the castle together. And while that might not seem much, you actually feel the bond between them through the gameplay. There's a mechanic in the game where you can hold hands with Yorda as you're guiding her through this castle, and you can help her up on ledges. And when you're doing this throughout the game, you really feel the connection between these two as they're helping each other out. Ico is a very strong example of telling its story through the gameplay. The graphics I also find very appealing. It may not be technologically advanced by today's standards, but the art direction really gets the job done. The environment's colors are mainly muted, with the characters' colors being very vibrant and making them stand out more. And the complexity and scale of the environments really give a sense of overwhelming odds that the characters have to go through. The game is mainly a puzzle game with some action elements. The puzzles usually involve moving a box to a specific spot, or using a bomb to lower a bridge, or doing the many platforming sections so you can lower a chain down so you can get to a place easier. A lot of times you have to get Yorda to a specific spot so you can have her use her magical abilities to open doors or to activate a certain switch. They never get too tedious, and the strategies vary up for each puzzle you do. The combat is very simple. Basically, you have this stick that you can use, or sword that you later get in the game, and you'll be using it to fend off against spirit demons. But what makes it very engaging is that you have to account for Yorda, so you have to make sure that the spirit demons don't capture her and bring her into this portal, so it makes the fights more tense. This is, in my opinion, an escort mission done right in a game. They also do a great job of utilizing the weapons for the puzzles. Like, it's not like when you get the sword, that'll be it for you and you don't have to use the stick anymore. They are both used for different purposes. The stick can be used to light torches and set off bombs, and the sword can be used to cut ropes when needed. Though I will say the biggest flaw I have with this game is the camera, and it's one of the things that holds it back from being a masterpiece, in my opinion. You only have partial control over the camera. Most of the time the camera follows you. Like, you can use the camera to, see your surroundings only at certain angles. It can make certain platforming sections very frustrating. There's one particular part involving a watermill, and this is the part that I hate the most in this game. All I'm trying to do is get to that simple grip, but because of the way the camera is angled, it can be very difficult to try to get a good grip on both the side of the watermill and at times the grip that you're trying to jump towards. And you have this watermill spinning around, so that makes it even more annoying. There was another part in the game where I couldn't judge the depth of the camera. Because the way the camera was facing, it was basically almost like a side-scroller almost, and Ico was like on one side and I have to get to another side. But I didn't know I was jumping towards the camera while I was doing that, and that resulted in my death and some lost progress. And I was like, that was ridiculous, man. I should have gotten that. Overall, though, Ico is a unique and very absorbing game. I would say give Ico a shot if you're into puzzle games and platformers. Even though it's dated in some aspects of this game, the things that it does really well still has a strong effect even to this day.